In the world of soccer, the team to beat is the United States. The women's national team is ranked number 1 in the world. They just won their 4th World Cup in July. Fans give them rock star treatment. The president argues with them on Twitter, and they're unquestionably more successful on the world stage than the men's national team. But according to the class action lawsuit the team filed, the players are not treated as equal to the men's national team. All 28 female players sued the US Soccer Federation, their employer, in the US District Court in March, alleging they're paid less than the men and are provided with less support despite their consistent outstanding performance. The lawsuit also argues the team's success has translated into substantial revenue generated for profits for US Soccer Federation, and during the period relevant to this case, the women's national team earned more profit and revenue than the men's national team. The Soccer Federation denied these claims in the women's lawsuit, arguing in a May court filing that the pay difference between the men's and women's players is based on the differences in revenue generated by the different teams and/or other factors other than sex, and that the two teams are physically and functionally separate organizations. So, how are the players paid? The U.S. women's national team filed a lawsuit against U.S. Soccer, seeking better pay for women who reportedly earned 38% of what their male counterparts make. That lawsuit stipulated that if each team played and won 20 exhibition games a year, female women national team players would earn a maximum of $99,000, or $4,950 per game, while similarly situated male national team players would earn an average of $263,320, or $13,166 per game. Most of the U.S. women's national team play at a club level in the National Women's Soccer League, NSWL, with a minimum yearly salary in the region of $16,538, and a maximum salary of $46,200 since January of 2019. This means that the minimum salary for Women's National Soccer League players don't even meet the living wage. Meanwhile, the minimum salary for the first 24 players on each MLS roster rose from $67,500 to $70,250 in 2018 to 2019. So what's a World Cup win worth? The World Cup payout has less to do with US soccer and more to do with FIFA, the sport's governing body. According to FIFA's 2018 financial report, the organization awarded $400 million in total prize money to participating soccer federations in the 2018 World Cup. Portions of those funds are generally passed along to players. The team that won the event, France, received $38 million from FIFA in the Men's World Cup. According to the same report, FIFA was slated to award $30 million in total prize money for the 2019 Women's World Cup, with the champion, the US, netting $4 million. That's 10.5% of what the Men's World Cup champions received. FIFA's president, Gianni Infantino, said that he wants to double the prize money for the Women's World Cup in 2023 to $60 million. But the prize for the 2022 Men's World Cup is also going to increase, $440 million. So that gap would widen nevertheless. So, the bottom line, when it comes to revenue from games, the women's national soccer team has held its own against the men's team since the 2015 World Cup win. But games account for only 1/4 of U.S. Soccer Federation revenue. Sponsorships make up half, and it's hard to determine what the women's team contributed to the U.S. Soccer Federation without more data. Are the women's players being paid less? Sometimes. When the female players have appeared to make about the same or more money, they have in turn consistently outstanding performance on the world stage. Even with those feats, earning the same amount as the men's soccer players was near impossible under the previous CBA. The new agreement has provisions that reduce the differences in bonuses for friendly games and tournaments, but there is, without a question and for whatever reason, still a massive gap between the men's and women's World Cup bonuses.